Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to tell you how I woke up this morning. It'll make you smile. Hello. Hi, Pam. Hi, Janice. Sometimes I'm like, Good morning. So, let me tell you how I woke up. My little 5-year-old slept with me last night, which was totally fine. But then my sweet little 2-year-old came in with us in the middle of the night. Also totally fine, right? We're still on the fine train. We're still fine. I woke up fast. Like, it's always like bam, bam, fast. With a golden retriever, wet, cold nose in a place where the sun don't shine. And then within seconds of my Yelp, Winnie was singing and asking about Band-Aids. She was telling me that she had an owie, she had to go to the doctor. Harbor doesn't need to go to the doctor. She's so chatty in the morning. Anyone that has littles knows that. Like, littles they just chat and chat and chat. So she woke up Harbor. So the three of us are there. The second, so Cooper, my 13-year-old, he is such a good kid. He waits for voices. So he just hangs out in his room and watches his iPad until he hears voices. And the second he does, he comes running. So imagine the joy in this, because I think it's one of the amazing blessings of my sweet boy. So when he's talking about Band-Aids and the doctor, and Harbor's talking about Ben 10, Cooper comes bounding in and he's like, hi, and he's so excited. He was so excited. He like touches my face. It's like he hasn't seen me in days, weeks, months. And then he immediately grabs the remote and he types in, mind you, because he's a genius, Hobart and Cosmo, his favorite show on YouTube. And he started watching that on full volume. And then my body turned into a jungle gym. And my 40-year-old body cannot take what it used to. When you have a 5-year-old like jumping on your neck and a 2-year-old. Good morning. Hi, Kara. Does he know how to charge his own devices? So, Kara, I will tell you one of the biggest, well, there's lots of things that Cooper has learned that have been life-changing. One is searching things with the remote, like being able to use the remote and then like typing things. But the other one is he charges his own devices. So you guys, he got a cell phone for Christmas. He charges it perfectly. Yeah. So one of the best things that we did, and I'll tell you, he didn't understand charging till maybe 11 or 12. Prior to that, if something went dead, he would just throw it. So we would lose devices and he wouldn't be able to tell us, or it would break. Now he understands. So I can share a link to this, but we got a charging station from Amazon. They're rather inexpensive. If you know what those are, it's like a place to put all your tech in one spot. So it has like little slots. And so we have like an iPad and a Kindle and, you know, cell phones, and Jamie and I don't put our cell phones there, just for emergencies. They'll stay in our room. But like the little boys, their cell phones have to be plugged in the living room. Like, we're not going to have devices at night. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend having everything in one spot. It's really simplified. And that was my husband's idea, to get that. And just search charging station on Amazon. Yeah, Kara, I totally understand where you're at, because we used to have a big problem with the charging. I mean, I can remember, I'll tell you something truthful here right now that you'll probably laugh at or shake your head at. Cooper got a Kindle for Christmas. Kindles are Kindle Kids devices. You can get them rather inexpensive on Amazon. I highly recommend. Everyone knows iPads are the best. I mean, we all know that, right? But they're really expensive and nerve-wracking for parents, even with the best cases. So we made a switch to Kids Kindle Fire things or whatever. And like, there's certain times of the year you can get them for like $60. And if your kids don't do a lot of like downloading, which Cooper doesn't, Cooper just watches, we don't need a lot of memory. They're pretty durable. So we got him a Kindle for Christmas, and what's a family Kindle, I guess. And when we charged it, it said Kate's 27th fire. And I was like, I shared it in the supporter group. I was like, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. I mean, it's a challenge with, I would say that we're mostly past this now, but for 10 years, you know, one of our challenges was throwing. One of our challenges was, Kara, 17, yay, you're close. I had people that like said I was like lying, and I was like, no, it's not a flex. Not a flex. Hi, Amanda. I shall not brag about our tech struggles at the Swenson household. I shall cry in my coffee. Did all 4 kids make it to midnight? Oh, good grief, no. So Winnie was in bed. I mean, she's 2, so she's in bed at 8:30. Harbor was in bed. We let him stay up. He was in bed at 9:30. Cooper, this is a big change, you guys, since we're seeing a lot of changes now that he's a teenager, like in his personality. Hi, Nikki. Good morning. So he turned 13 in December, not that long ago. I just want to douse you guys in hope. And I know there is a mom and a dad out there just struggling with sleep and rigidity and all the parts that are challenging. I know. We have a lot of it too. But Cooper stayed up till 10:30 last night. If you've been following me, you know that at 8:30 at night, 7 nights a week, no matter what night it is, it's bedtime. He's been staying up. He stayed up at the water park. He stayed up waiting for Santa. He made it till 11 waiting for Santa, sitting by the fireplace. And it's just fun. Like, it's just fun because the rigidity has lessened a little bit in that area. I mean, we have funny stories, and we have dear friends and dear family where, like, we would have people over, and at 8:30, he would strip down and tell everyone to leave. Because it was bedtime. Our old neighbor, David, who we just adore, he was like, whoop, time to go. Whoop, time to go. Like, and now, like, Angela, mine turned 13 in November, and I've seen lots of changes too. Yes. Hi, Leanne. Leanne, I was just thinking about you. I will say we saw a lot of changes at age 10 and 11 and 12. I mean, I will say double digits is really when our changes, like just these big things started. And also him staying, like watching his iPad and stuff until we get up. I had 2 nights ago, I went out with all my autism mom friends. There were 8 of us, and we all have kids on the spectrum. We have forged this bond and this friendship that has changed my life. And that's why I tell everyone to join my supporter group, because you can find a mom near you or virtually that will change your life. That is my guarantee. some of us moms still have the little ones that wake up early and that they have to be watched. And I was sitting next to my friend Sheila, who has Abby, who's 14. Abby's very similar to Cooper. She's non-speaking. She has some words. And we were talking. She was saying, yeah, she's like, now Abby stays in her room until it's time to get up. She's like, I'll hear her, and she'll, if she needs me, she'll yell. And I was like, these are just, back when our kids were diagnosed, you imagine life one way, and that's the only way it's going to be good. Pivot, says Ross Geller. Pivot. Now, you know, him staying in his room and not waking us up. Amazing. Oh, Amanda, you're so sweet. I'm feeling old. I've been with my kids for a long time. I could say 13 years. I could say 12 days. What I think is hard about Christmas break, and I don't know if other families feel this way, and I fully can admit this, there's just not a lot for us to do. And we get a little stir crazy. Hi, Shannon. Shannon, did you see that reel that I shared of Cooper and Peyton on Instagram last night? I hadn't watched that so closely. Oh my gosh. So there's just not a lot for us to do. I took my two middle ones to Chuck E. Cheese yesterday, just for an hour, just to get out of the house. Today maybe two of us will do a movie. I said, Harbor, do you want to go see Wonka? And he like looked at me, he's like, what's it about? And I was like, chocolate. And he's like, yes, I would like to see that. That's Harbor. He is just like a chocolate man. So I think we'll go see maybe, but there's just not a lot to do. And I think I actually had some thoughts. I'll just share this. I had some like deep thoughts about what if Cooper, what if some of our harder challenges and his harder challenges went away? Like, what if we could suddenly go somewhere? What if we could do things? Like, what would life look like? And I was just thinking about that, because the thing that happens when you have a child, I think, diagnosed with, you know, a significant disability, is like, I didn't change. Like, I'm still like active and I want to do things. My husband wants to go do things. We want to be out in the community. We want to do stuff, and we just can't. We just can't. Not easily. So like inherently, like you want to go do stuff and you can't. And then you have 3 other children that want to go do stuff. And suddenly you're faced with this decision. How do we make this work? This is our biggest struggle, to be 100% honest with you. Our biggest struggle is balancing family life. Like, how do we do this? So like, you know, today, one of us can bring 2 of the kids to see Wonka. The other one has to stay home. I would say one of the only things that we could do successfully, and I don't even know if it, I don't know, would be go to like an indoor park. But what happens when you have a child who's getting older and bigger, 13, indoor parks are toddlers. And while Cooper would never do anything or care, I mean, in his mind, he wouldn't even probably notice, and he's, you know, gentle and all those things. It's hard to have a 13-year-old with a 2-year-old. You know, so we've entered this new stage where we're trying to navigate it. So Lindsay, we do have a trampoline park, but and so this is not a but, it's just a fact. So I don't know if this is where we live, but everything is overrun. I don't know if you guys have that. Everything is busier than I've ever imagined. And I don't know if it was like that pre-COVID. Do you guys notice how busy everything is? And one of our challenges is Coops just can't do the lines. We're working on it all the time. We're always practicing. But the right time to practice isn't like when there are 1,000 people at the trampoline park. So I don't know. I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll just stay home. I know I'm going to take my Christmas tree down, one of them. I'm actually kind of bitter about it. I would leave my Christmas tree up in my living room year round, but the toddlers broke the lights and all the bulbs are off. Yes, I know. And it's just, I think I'm just going to put it away and start fresh. We're going to start fresh. We're going to put it away. I'm actually, do this. If you do one thing that I do, I'm going to write a letter, like just like a one-page thing, and I'm going to put it in with my Christmas tree. And I'm going to write something that says like, last year, Harbor and Winnie were 2 and 5, and they terrorized this tree like 2 pterodactyls. I'm just gonna like make myself like, reminder, Kate, that the lights are broken. Don't spend too much time, just get new lights. Like I'm gonna tell myself, I'm gonna write a note because I will not remember it a year from now. Our kids go back. Well, Kate, I don't think we'll need, I think next year will be different. Maybe. I'm an eternal optimist. I think next year is going to be a perfect Christmas. I think it's going to be. Donna, I'm going to leave. So we have a sunroom upstairs with the tree that I love. And then our living room has a little tree. Well, not little. It's like, I don't know, smaller. I'm going to leave that one up. So I can just sit by it. But this morning I watched our golden retriever take an ornament off and chew it to shreds. And I was like, I stopped him, but I was like, here we are. Another toddler. Challenge accepted. That would totally be Harbor. Challenge accepted. Last year we put $50 in an envelope and put it away with the Christmas. I love that idea, Heather. So the tree that the lights got broken on is brand new. We got it 2 years ago, and it's really pretty. It was like a post-Christmas sale splurge. We got it at this place called Gerton's, which is just lovely. So we'll probably just do something with the lights. Hi Norma, Jamie and Sawyer. Well, we all watch The Wild, Minnesota Wild. We love them. I know someone that used to put their Christmas tree in a pack and play, like an old fashioned, like playpen. Do you remember playpens? A family I nannied for had a playpen, and they really are genius. Like it was normal to have a playpen in a living room. It was like normal. Do you also remember old fashioned baby walkers? Those things were genius. I know they're dangerous and they're not allowed anymore, but they, like the families that I babysat for, they would keep the babies intrigued for hours. Like they would just like roll around and like have a snack and like, they were genius. Of course, I know children got hurt. But yeah, big difference in like just like the twisty extra saucers. You know, I'm not gonna do, I love the tree decorating of the different seasons. I'm not gonna do that because I'm really focusing on decluttering, and we are cluttered. we need to do less is more. I think we're gonna make like multiple trips to Savers, and just Savers is like our Goodwill. Do you guys have Savers? And just, it's time. It's time. I will tell you, one of the hard things about baby stuff, we have a lot of really good baby stuff. Like Goodwills and Savers won't take baby stuff. I think it's a liability. Like they won't take like I have a Bumbo and like this tubby chair. I have bouncers. I wish I could just find like a family that needed it. I think I'm gonna do that. I don't have the energy to sell it on Marketplace. So I think I'm going to, if anyone knows like a really good like shelter or some place in Minnesota to donate baby stuff, let me know. I would love to do that. I would love for it to go to someone where it's just given to them. I don't want them to have to buy it. I just want to give it to them. And I'm past the baby stage. So like none of my friends have babies. So I can't pass it on anymore. Okay, let's talk about New Year's real quick. I'm sure you're all on Instagram. Well, most of you are. And this morning while my children were terrorizing me, thank you, Anne. I was reading through or scrolling through Instagram, and like everything is these beautiful families, like just like beautiful families, and like they're all so excited for the new year, and they had the best 2023, and everything is the best. 2023 was the hardest year for me. I had a lot of silent battles I didn't share. I didn't thrive, I don't think. I think I survived. Oh, TLC in Hastings. Thank you, Nikki. I know. I just survived in 2023. I don't think that I got ahead. I don't think that I got my head above water. There has to be other people out there that felt that way. Like I was thinking about like last night, I was like, should I make one of those reels that's like, thank you for the happiest year of my life. Like, you know, of course, that like catchy music. And I was like, no, it wasn't the happiest year of my life. It was really hard. And I feel like I'm like cautiously like tipping my toe over to 2024. Like, what is this gonna look like? Like, what is this gonna look like? You know, we had a really hard time with Cooper in school so far. We're in a good place now, but I hold my breath every single day. Every single day, I hold my breath. I would say this was the hardest year on my marriage. I would say finances are scary. We're really feeling, you know, the isolation that comes with our unique family. We're trying to navigate this. We're trying to make sure we raise our other kids right. And, you know, our daughter still doesn't sleep through the night. I mean, just different things, like just all these different things that are just kind of like layered on top of each other. And so I was like sitting in bed this morning and like scrolling through these reels, and I was like, do any of you follow Chelsea Huska? I think that's how you say her name. She's like the teen mom. Like, it's like so perfect, like so perfect. And I was like, of course your year was perfect. You had an HGTV show. Like, how much more perfect does it get? yeah, I don't know. Instagram makes me a little like angsty sometimes. Like I have to like take a break from Instagram because it's like, why is everyone so skinny? Why are they all so pretty? I don't understand. I don't know. It's just, yeah, and I know that other people out there feel the same way, and they're probably just afraid to share it, or they're afraid to admit it. The other thing is sharing your life on social media. I was just, my friend Adrienne and I talk a lot about sharing on social media. And I sent her this screenshot yesterday and I said, do you just constantly get scolded online? And she's like, yes, constantly. And so, of course, this is my own doing, but I'll just share it with you. Like, constantly scolded about, like, how I'm raising my kids and what I care about and where I pour my energy. And I had someone scold me and saying that I took my kids outside too much. You know, I have people that scold me that say that I do too much stuff with my kids. But we try to do something every day because we go real loony here. It's like a never-ending day of Groundhog Day. Is what it feels like sometimes. Our culture only wants to see happy, but there is so much power in sharing the real. Yeah. Yeah. It's just so isolating. Same, Suzanne. Well, but I think that here's the double-edged sword. I think. I can say to you, oh, here's an example, and I'll say what it is. Okay, so I often share that it is very challenging, nearly impossible right now to bring our 13-year-old autistic son to stores. We practice all the time. We have one grocery store. We go to Michael's or Joann's. And we have a lot of scaffolding when we go. We go during less busy times. We go with just one thing to buy. We don't bring the other kids. Like, we're really practicing the skills. Whenever I share that, I will get so many messages that say, truly, like, you're lazy. He can do it. Why are you so negative? Why don't you try harder? Why don't you believe in him? I brought my autistic son everywhere. And it, like, I feel like a balloon that's like. So I did this like post where I said, please believe me. I've built up credibility here. Please believe me. If I tell you that going to stores is nearly impossible, please believe me. And I had someone message me, and I think she was being kind, but I don't know if it came across that way, but she was like, no one believes you because you don't show the hard. So if you don't show it, no one's going to believe you. And I like sat in that for a long time, and I was like, I guess no one's going to believe me. I'm not going to show my son struggling at a store. Like, first, like, what am I going to do? Like, get my phone out when I'm like motivating him, encouraging him, holding our breath, keeping him going, trying to be successful. Like, nope. I'm not doing that. So it's like, I guess I'm just going to have people that don't believe me. And so where I was going with that is 2023 was the hardest year of my life. Not even necessarily autism related. And because I don't share about it, no one will believe me when I say that. Isn't that interesting? It's a really interesting thing. Like, when did we stop believing people? Like, Yeah. And I'll tell you, I have mom friends who have kids with autism, and you know, when we'll have conversations, they'll say, I've always taken my son or daughter everywhere. I had no choice. Like, for example, I have a friend who's like, I had 3 kids. My husband worked full time. I had to take my daughter, who has severe autism, out because otherwise we weren't going to have groceries and we weren't going to have this and this and this. So she's like, we had to figure out how to make it work. That's her truth. And I think that's awesome. And then I'll tell you what I do is I'm like, why do I suck? Like, why can't I figure this out? Like, why does my son lay on the floor at the grocery store? Like, why does he scream? What am I doing wrong? Because it's not Cooper's fault. Obviously it's mine, you know? So it's like, this is what I think is so hard about, like, I saw that's just, it's a fine line. It's like, it is like, I think one of the challenges as a mom to a child like Cooper, and I think a lot of you will relate to this and nod your head, is when we push and when we pull back. I heard Dr. Temple Grandin speak one time, and the big part of her message as an autistic adult is, she said, I needed to be pushed. I needed to be pushed out of my comfort zone or I would never do anything. And that has resonated with me so much, because in the early years, I didn't want Cooper, so wholeheartedly across the board, I never want any of my children to struggle. But what resulted in that is that we never left the house, right? Like, we never left the house. And so I didn't know Cooper loved water slides, and I didn't know that he loved boating, and I didn't know that he, I'm trying to think of different things, you know, wanted to do A, B, C, and D, because we didn't leave the house because it was so challenging. So I heard Dr. Temple Grandin say that, and she's like, you have to just push, gently push. So as a mom, I often call it like walking the tightrope. Like, I'm like navigating, like, when do we try? When do we pull back? And I think we have we're pretty good now. Like, we've figured out a lot of the parts, but it took like 11, 12 years. It really truly did. So parents of younger kids know, if you don't have it, you know, if you don't have it understood, know that, like, well, I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things, but like, it takes time. It takes time for us to figure each other out. So yeah, we've been doing more and more and like finding out that like the things that he loves to do. But again, it's not easy. I said this sentence, so we just went to a water park and it was wonderful, you guys, it was wonderful. And I said this sentence on my supporter live. So on my supporter stuff, I share a lot more detail just because I feel more comfortable. The group is smaller, so come join if you want, come join us. But I was saying, and this is the truest sentence I will ever tell you, Cooper did amazing at the Dells, at the water park. He did amazing. And his challenges with autism were very apparent. And what that means is that our successes, his successes, are like his successes, he has to work so hard. He works so hard. Like, if you know a person like him and you see how hard they work to be in a busy room, a loud room, if you see how hard they work to wait in line, if you see, I mean, it'll totally shatter every perception that you have about individuals with disabilities. Like, Cooper works so hard. And it was really challenging. It was really challenging. One of our challenges as he gets older, and I'm not sure if other parents can relate to this, is Cooper and I are the same size now. We make eye contact when we look at each other. We share hoodies. We share shoes. And my husband's only like 2 inches taller than me. I'm 5'8", he's 5'10", so we're not like... I can hear Cooper saying my name right now. I don't know where he is. He's like right above me. I can like hear him like in this chair talking. Can you imagine me saying that? My nonverbal boy. Oh, no, I went blank. Oh, one of our biggest challenges that I was just talking to Cooper's occupational therapist about is if Cooper doesn't want to move, we can't move him. And I know if you don't live this life, it doesn't make sense. So again, I'm just asking you to believe me and understand. So I just took 3 of the kids on a hike. I was on a trail at a park on Christmas Eve day. And then we went on a walk the next day to another park. We try to go to parks a lot. It's one of the things we can do. And it was still really, it was like in the 40s in Minnesota. And Cooper can get very like stubborn. So he will just sit down. So we're walking on this trail, you know, and he just sits down like in the middle of the trail. And it takes a lot of like motivation and encouragement and rewarding, incentivizing, bribing, whatever you want to say, to like get him up and get him moving. And we just had our yearly evaluation with the state for his disability, and I said that was one of our biggest challenges. And the evaluator was saying that as our kids get older, it's a challenge across the board. Like, I have a 10-year-old. I can't imagine him ever sitting down and like not getting up. Like, I'd be like, dude, get up. Like, we're going. He would get up. And Cooper will just like sit. And so one of the challenges that we have, let's say that I'm alone, like on Christmas Day, is my 2-year-old, my 5-year-old will run ahead. Very normal. They'll like run ahead. And I feel like a Stretch Armstrong, like I just internally panic, like, okay, Cooper, we gotta get up. We gotta catch the babies. Like, we gotta get up. We gotta get up. You know, and like, there's no rushing him. There's no rushing him in anything. And that's very common with individuals on the spectrum. Like, there's no rushing him. So like, my advice, and this was told to me years ago, is of course I'm working with Cooper on getting up and moving and all those sort of things. Focus on the other children and their listening skills, because they will absolutely move faster than Cooper. But it's scary. Like, I've had moments of like, and that's why we would never in a million years walk where there's cars. Never. You will never see us walking on a sidewalk. You will never see us walking near a road. That's why, if you ever wondered like why we're always at parks, it's because we cannot be near roads with any of our kids right now. So, I guess I'll just say my goals for the upcoming year, which I'm a goal person, so I really want to get rid of diapers in my toddler. So she's 2, so we're gonna look at that. I want to get everyone sleeping. Now I'm sure you'll, isn't there a funny meme where like the mom's like, I want a unicorn. And they're like, something realistic. And she's like, I want to sleep through the night. And they're like, what color unicorn do you want? It's so true. It is so true. Oh no, Anne, he would stay sitting. He would stay sitting. 100%. Yeah. Oh, Cooper asked for piggyback rides. And Cooper's my size. Yeah, he asked Dad for piggyback rides. So I'll take a unicorn, please. My favorite color is green. So, but I would love to get everyone sleeping. Sawyer and Harbor sleep great. Cooper's doing okay, and Winnie has been sent here to destroy me. Hi, Winifred. That's my favorite name. Cooper does not have any play dates today, but we were trying to set one up. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Trista, Winnie, I think will be the fastest. I think she's so ready. We just haven't done it yet with the Christmas chaos. So, today we're going to start. We've done lots of like little trials and stuff. So we'll start. And, daycare will help too. Thank you, Amanda. I think, daycare will help too. So we'll start that. I would really love Cooper to wear the noise canceling headphones, and he started wearing them at school. He's been requesting them when one of his peers has been making noises, so that's amazing. So I would like that. I would like him to text. You guys know that's my dream. I would like to find someone to help us in our home. We have had 5 young ladies come that I found on care.com and then not show up for shifts. Like the first one. So that really was a punch to the gut. It made me feel pretty crappy. So we're going to try, I'm going to pour my energy into finding someone to help us. Oh, Cooper's getting a trike. He's getting a 3-wheel trike. I'm very excited. We'll have to wait till summer, but he's getting that. That's something our family can do together. What else? Sawyer has lots of hockey. Sawyer's wonderful. Trista, I say that all the time. Cooper dresses himself typically, but he does need some help. He will dress himself, but often his clothes are too, like, he'll pick like things that like don't fit right, which I don't know, it's hard to explain, or they'll be inside out or backwards. So he's doing awesome. He just needs a little help with that. I'm trying to think of, I guess I don't really have anything for myself. I need something for myself. I think I want to set boundaries. There's this quote that I go back to all the time that is one of my most powerful quotes that goes through my head. What we allow will continue. And I think personally, and this goes back to some of my silent battles, I've allowed things for so long because I have been so consumed by motherhood and autism that I've allowed a lot of lack of respect and a lot of just unkind behavior in my life. So I want to figure out how to do that. I'm really Lyndon, I would never discipline Cooper for that. That is not a disciplinable behavior. No. That's not something I would discipline for. We teach people how to treat us too. I think that is exactly true. Hi, Matthew. And I think what happens for me is that when we allow unkind behavior in our lives, the things that these people say and the way that they treat us becomes like a reel in our head. You know, so if people say things to us we start to believe it. Hi, Lisa. So we have to stop that. I don't know how, but we have to learn how to stop that. Do you want to know one of the other things that goes through my head? If you have someone treating you unkind in your life, whoever it may be, doesn't matter, whoever it may be, mom, spouse, child, uncle, whoever, what would you do if your child came home and told you, like repeated the things that were being done to you? What would you tell them? Like if Winnie came home and repeated back to me some of the awful things that I've heard lately in my life, I would be like, run. So why don't we say that to ourselves? I think I've been doing a lot of self-reflection this year, and I really, really, really think that I can admit my faults, and I think that, I'll say it again, I said it before, I have just been so consumed by parenting 4 kids and autism. Like, when I am in near, mediation with the school and IEP meetings with 15 people, and I don't have time to deal with this, right? Because you're so consumed by this. So I'll just pose a question to you. Have you let someone mistreat you because you've been so focused on autism? Right? And it doesn't have to be your husband. It could be someone else in your life. It could be a friend. It could be a parent. Like I mean, I'm not even saying who that I'm referring to. Just know. Because I think what's going to happen is, we're just going to break down eventually. This came up at our special needs dinner the other night. Lori Hellman is amazing. Go give her a follow. She talks about her son, shares about her son Skylar. She's I can't think of her page. Is it Welcome to My Life? Great page. She keynoted, she was a presenter at our retreat in April. And she said this sentence that a lot of us have continued to remember. Like we bring it up when we're together as a mom group. She said, all the things you say to yourself, like at 4 a.m., like, I'm just going to make this up. I'm fat, I'm ugly, I have no friends, all the things, the self-talk that you do to yourself. I'm sure everyone does it. The negative things that you do to yourself. Would you ever say that to another mom? No, you wouldn't. Like you would lift them up. You would encourage them. You would help them through. I know every one of you would. Like if one of your special needs mom friends came to you and said, I'm the worst mom, I'm a failure, I can't do this, right? You would say to them, you can do this. I know it's hard. I see that you're struggling, and I'm here for you. Reach out to me anytime. How can we make this easier? What can we do, right? But when we talk to ourselves, we don't have that kindness. So remember that. The way we talk to ourselves is a constant reel in our head. Be nice. I'm working on it all the time. Be nice. Okay, I'm gonna go take down all the ornaments off my upstairs Christmas tree and pack that sucker up. I hope everyone has a good day. I am going a little unwillingly into 2024 with my heels in. I think that's okay. Okay. It's okay. Okay. Come join my supporter group too for more chats. I'll probably chat tonight. I'll go live tonight on there. So come join. Goodbye, everyone.